I'm 23 years old. I've been looking for an SDR role for a couple of months now. Successfully landed an offer at a HR company in Manchester. But my background comes from B2C sales within Virgin Media. And I've got two questions. Number one, obviously, in B2C sales, we develop a lot of bad habits. We talk more than we listen. We focus a lot on discounts, and the buyer isn't as educated. So you can tell them whatever they want and they'll probably believe you. So how do you coach that out of someone who's transitioning from B2C to B2B? And then number two, one of the core things we focus on in B2C is we're really heavily focused on price, and that's our main value prop. So how do you shift away from price and go into the actual individual thing that your business offers? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So within B2C, the benefits and beautiful thing you have is you're speaking to people directly as a consumer for them to buy their thing. So for B2C, it could be Spotify, it could be, HelloFresh. Those are the things that they're subscribing to in their day life. And yes, it's all volume based and it's all price based, right? Coming into a B2B business, the mindset and shift to have is it's still people buying stuff. It still has an emotional want with it, and it's more about the problems and pains they're going through. Most people won't be as sensitive to price what they would with B2C because it's coming from a company budget, right? So questions that you may be asking them is typically, where do you find the budget for this? How do you provide return of interest on the things that you're investing as a business? Where do you want the business to go to? So they're collectively working now within the company. Another thing to think about, Adam, is in a typical B2B sales cycle, or let's say B2C, it's going to be one to maybe two people at most, right, to buy that thing. But in B2B, it could be 5 to 11 different decision makers and influencers. So to give you an example, if somebody was to buy some software, perhaps the CFO is going to be the financial decision maker to sign it off, but it could be the CHRO or the Chief Human Resources Officer that is seeing if this is going to be a solution they use with their HR team. The Human Resources Director needs to figure out strategically, how does this help us hit our plans? The HR manager is probably going to be using it with the employees day to day. So you're not selling to one individual, but you're trying to influence all these different people. So a good thing to help you out on, to Sam's point, figure out within your ideal customer profile, who are the buyer personas? What are the typical pains that these people face? And then how does your product help with each of those things? And with the pricing side of it, you could be talking 5 grand to 15 grand to 25 grand, depending on the size of the company. So if it was an SMB, small to medium business, they could be spending 5 to 10K. If it's a mid-market, it could be anywhere 50, 30K. Or if it's an enterprise company, it could be north of 100K or 200K. Money, sounds weird, isn't the biggest concern for them. It's, if we pay this, what are we able to achieve as a business? So that's the things. Um, I think I've said this in a previous session before. If you get that role, and fingers crossed, we're positively affirming you're going to get the role, Adam. But I would sit down with the head of customer success or the head of account management, and asking them questions such as, who are our top customers? Why do they buy from us? Why do they renew with us? And how do they use us? That is going to help you with your mindset of, how does your company help those people? Adam, how does that help, mate?
Definitely give me something to think about.